welcome back. I am Mithu Dhali. I along with my friend Mr. Nayan Sharma, we will take most of the labs for this course. So today we will start with our first lab, how to download the different remote sensing data and exploring the GIS platform. So different space agencies has launched different satellite program over the time, and they have provided those data freely or as well as the based on the payment basis. So today we will explore some of the websites from where we can download the satellite data. Those satellite data are helpful for the landform mapping. So first we will explore this USGS website, that is the Earth Explorer, and this website is managed by the NASA. So with this website we can download the various remote sensing satellite data which was launched by NASA as well as the other space agencies. So today we will see how we can download the SRTM data. SRTM is a shuttle radar topographic mission. That mission was launched in 1994 by the NASA, and that data was freely available since 2011. So this data, the spatial resolution of this data is 30 meter. So spatial resolution means that how closely placed two object you can means sensor can easily identify. So that we call it the spatial resolution. So to download this data you have to explore this website, that is the earthexplorer.usgs.gov. So I have opened the tab for you, and when you browse to this website you will see such type of window will open, and here you can see in the right corner of your screen, here you can see the login option. So first you have to log in this website. For that you have to create an account on this website. So when you click on this login option, you will see create a new account. So with this create new account, they will ask you to put a username and a password. So there is certain criteria are given to create a username and the password. So for that the username must be between 4 to 30 character, that may contain alphabetic or numeric character and one special character. The special character must be this period at the rate sign, underscore and dash, and your password requirement is that must be between 12 to 64 character and cannot contain 3 or more repeating characters. So for me, I have already created one account, and so I will log in this page. So once you log in your website, you will see such type of basic information which you have given during the creating your account on the USGS platform. So that you can see over here. So when you go to the, so once you log in your on the USGS portal, here you can see on the right corner of the screen your name will show here. So now you to download and to get the data, there is some criteria are given. So first there is a search criteria on the left corner of the screen, and here the two options are given. One is geocoder and another is KML or shapefile uploader. So this the geocoder, there is one option select a geocoding method. So this is basically for the United States. So those who are living in the United States or want to get data from the United States, they can get the data by using this feature. And there is another option, address and place. So if you want to get a particular data for a given region, so you have to just search that region first. Suppose I want to get a data for the Central Himalaya. So I will just search a place name, in the Himalayan region, and here you can see that is the Ramnagar, Uttarakhand. And when you click, so you can that place you can see on your map, and I want to get the data for this area. So here you can see the latitude and longitude of this region is given, and few more options are given to download the data, is that you can use your map. So when you choose this option, use your map, so you can see the system is automatically given a certain area of interest for you, and you can modify this area of interest according to your area of interest. So you have to just left click in your mouse, and you have to drag the this location symbols, and you have to modify your area of interest. So for now I want to get the data for this region only, so I will just modify my area of interest accordingly. So this is my area of interest, and I want to get data for this particular region. So here you can see the four corner, the latitude and longitude of this four corner is assigned on the left side of your search bar, and just below this latitude and longitude you can see the date range. So suppose you want to get a data for a particular region. So if my choice is to I want to download the SRTM data. The SRTM was launched in 1994. So if I want to get the data for example from 1999 to 2000, in between 2005, so I can assign that I can choose that date, and I can get data for that particular range only. So you can choose your date according to your interest. So suppose I want to get data from 1 January 1999 to 2005, 31st of December 2005. So for this time range, the browser will only show you the data for this time range, 1st of January 1999 to 31st of December 2005. So now after choosing your area of interest, the second option is dataset. When you will go to the dataset option, here you can see various satellite data are listed over here. So for example, aerial imagery, ABHRR, and likewise there are many data. For example, you can, if you want to get the Landsat data, so Landsats are also available here. So you can see here the Landsat 1 to 5, 4 to 5, 7, 8 and 9. The most recent Landsat program is the Landsat 8 and 9. So that data also you can get from here. So for our interest, we want to get the data for SRTM. For that you have to choose the digital elevation, because the SRTM data is a digital elevation model. It's digital elevations means it only represent the elevation from the bare earth, and if your data is including the elevation from the man-made structure or elevation from the trees, so that data you will call it the DSM, digital surface model. So we want to get the data only for the bare earth, so that data is SRTM. So that SRTM, if you get that SRTM data, you have to go to the digital elevation, and here you can see the SRTM. So when you will click the SRTM, so there is few options are given: SRTM 1 arc second global, SRTM non-wide field, SRTM wide field, and SRTM water body data. So when the SRTM was launched in 1994, so that time the SRTM data was only available for the United States, and for the rest of the world the data was not available. Or later on then NASA has made data for public use, but before 2011 only 90-meter resolution data was available for the rest of the world, and 30-meter data was available for the United States only. And after 2011, the 30-meter resolution data was also make it freely available for the public use. So when the another thing is that when the satellite was launched, so this data was also associated with some kind of error. So over the time they have rectified those data, and for example, when the mission was launched, this data was associated with some voids or some irregularity in the coastal lines. So that kind of things was later on rectified by the NASA, and so this here the SRTM void fill means when they have most of the voids, they have filled the data and make it available for public use. So that data you can get, that data is known as the SRTM void fill. And the SRTM non-void fill means the raw data which was acquired by the satellite initially. That data is associated with most of the voids. Void means that the sum of the portion of the images don't have any kind of information. So, and the most advanced or the rectified SRTM data is the SRTM 1 arc second global. So this is the data which was of 30-meter resolution, and it is the most corrected SRTM data. So if you get the information of this SRTM data, here this I option, collection info, you can click here, and this will direct you to the another web page where you can get all the information related to this SRTM 1 arc global data. So you can read all this information here. All kind of things are mentioned, means the SRTM data product which was rectified over the time, or what kind of format this SRTM data is stored, that you can understand from here. For example, the digital terrain elevation data, DTED, and the another format is the band interleaved by line, BIL format, and the georeference tagged image file format, that is the GeoTIFF format. So these are the all format in which the SRTM data was stored. And when you will download this data, so you have to download one of this format. So for our purpose, we are basically downloading the GeoTIFF format, because the GeoTIFF is associated with the geographic informations, with the precise latitude and longitude of this data. And apart from this, you can see this data is the C band, because this SRTM was is a radar data, means this satellite is this sensor is two radar antenna with the X and C band. So this radar data is used to generate the digital elevation model of the globe. So this SRTM is mostly popular, and because the SRTM has most of the global coverage. So now after selecting your data, now you can so we have to download this SRTM 1 arc second global data. So you have to click in this box, and now you can see there is some information: clear all selected, additional criteria, and result. So now if you will click the result, so here you can see these are the scenes for our selected EOI. So here in the left corner of your screen, you can see these are the data, and in this data you see the entity ID, publication date, resolution, and coordinate. So there are few more options are available. Suppose this footprints means this will show you where which scenes you want to download, or which scenes is available. So and another option is the here you can see download option. So to download the data there is two options. One is you can manually download each and every file, or another option is bulk download. So you can add, suppose you want to download multiple data sets. So in that case you have to just add your data in the cart, and from there you can download in a you can download all the data in a single click. For now, for our purpose, we have to just we want to download one or two scenes, so we will download by individually. So first you can enable all this data by clicking the footprint option. So here you can see, so these are the scenes which are covering our area of interest. So I want to just download this scene because this is covering most of my area of interest. So I want to download this scene. So you have to just click your download option. So when you will click your download option, as I was talking the data format in which the data is saved. So here you can see the BIL, band interleaved by line, and DTAT format and GeoTIFF format. For our purpose we will download this GeoTIFF format because this GeoTIFF is associated with the geographic informations. So this file is 24.76 MB. So when you click this download option, your data will start to download. So you can save your data. So likewise you can download your SRTM data. So all the steps are written over here in this PDF, and now we will go to the another website, that is the Vuvan. That website is managed and operated by the ISRO, and so the being of ISRO, that is NRSC. So from this website you can download all the Indian satellite data as well as the some of the data sets which are covering the Indian territory. So that data also you can download from this Vuvan website. So when you go to the given URL, so this Vuvan platform looks like this. So in this portal you can see this data archive option. In this data archive you can get all the data which is mostly freely available for the public use. So when you go to the this option, now you can see your portal will look like this. Here you can see the map of the India, and on the left side you can see some of the options like satellite sensor, theme and product, program and project, and in subcategory you can choose the satellite. So here you can see some of the satellites or the Indian space programs are mentioned: ResourceSat 1, ResourceSat 2. The list 3 is the sensor of the ResourceSat, and then hyperspectral image, OceanSat 2, Cartosat, ResourceSat 1, 2, ABIFS, that is the sensor for ResourceSat 1 and 2. So for our purpose we will see how we can get the Cartosat 1 data. The Cartosat was launched by the ISRO in 2005 for the digital cartography of the Indian territory. So that the resolution, spatial resolution of this Cartosat 1 is 2.5 meter, but that data is you have to purchase from the NRSC, but they have made it freely available for the 30 meter resolution data. That 30 meter spatial resolution data you can get it from this website. So for that you have to choose the first choose the Cartoset1 data and then select product. You have to just Cartodem version 1. So here you can see on the right side of your screen, these yellow patches are basically showing all the tiles which are covering the Indian territory. So these tiles means the your south of the Cartoset1 data. And in technical document, you can read all the technical information related to this Cartoset1 data. If you click on this on browser, so your PDF will open, and in this PDF all the information related to the Cartoset1 data is given. So you can read this information. And to select a area of interest, there is 4 options are given. First is bounding box. So if you know the latitude and longitude of your region, area of interest, you can directly enter the latitude and longitude, and you can select your area of interest. Another option is the map sheet. So every tile, this 30-meter Cartoset data is similar to the topo sheets number. So the Survey of India topo sheet maps. So if you know the topo sheet map number for your area of interest, you can give it here, and that will direct you to your area of interest. Another option is the tiles. So on the right side you can see these yellow patches, the tiles. You can manually select these tiles for which is covering your area of interest, and that tiles you can download. So and another option is interactive drawing. So you can draw your area of interest manually, and you can select the data which you want to download. So here we will select by tiles, because the tiles we can see here, this is the same portion for which we have downloaded the SRTM data. So we will also download the Cartoset1 data for the same reason. So here to select a tiles, you have to just click on the start option, and when you click now by the left click of your mouse, you can select this tile. So now you can see this tile is selected. So now you just click the next option, and here you can see the few options: selection for backlog, topo sheet number, bounding box, metadata, add to map, and download option. So this topo sheet number, the for which I have selected this tile, is the same topo sheet number of H44N, and the coordinate for this tile is given here. The metadata is all the information related to this particular tile or the map number you can get from the metadata. When you click your metadata, you can see the some of the informations regarding this scene is given over here. So you can read all this information, and you to download this data, you have to just click the download option. For that, to download the data, you have to first log in the Bhuvan portal, and to log in the Bhuvan portal, first you have to create one account. It is similarly what we did for the USGS portal. So I have the account, so I will log into the account. So I have log into the this web portal. So here you can see, and now you can download the data. So after clicking the downloading option, you can see that your file is ready to download. Now we will see. So till now we have see that how we can download the SRTM and Cartoset data which is freely available. Now we will go to the another portal of the NRSC, that is Bhunidhi. From the Bhunidhi you can download all the freely available data as well as the data which you want to purchase from the NRSC. That data also you can purchase from the Bhunidhi. So now we will explore the Bhunidhi portal. So when you will go to the Bhunidhi portal, so you will see such type of options will come, and here you can see the Bhunidhi browse and order option. So when you will click over there, similarly you have to log in on this account to download or purchase the data from the NRSC. To purchase the data from NRSC, you have to verify your user ID and password from the NRSC first, and then only you can purchase data from this Bhunidhi portal. So in next lecture we will see how we can download or purchase data from the Bhunidhi NRSC portal. Thank you.